Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another episode of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys checking out today's video. We are going to be talking about what I consider is probably the most versatile lure that there is in bass fishing. When you think about how many different ways you can fish this lure, I can't think of any other lure out there that is more versatile and has more applications, which is the Zoom Brush Hog. So we're going to get into that today's video. I'm going to really deep dive into this and sort of talk about the different techniques and different ways you can fish it. We've talked about it some in the past, but not into this detail. So that's going to be the point of today's video. So also, guys, before we get started, just a big thank you to everybody out there that has taken time to subscribe to The Fishing Teacher. And if you haven't, I'd like to invite you to do so. And thanks also everybody that have been using all the links that I put in each video description here. Using those links is a great way to support the channel. So thank you everybody that's been doing that. Really appreciate it. Okay guys, the Zoom Brush Hog, man. This thing, the Zoom Brush Hog, guys, has been around forever. It's like it's been around so long, I can't even remember when it came out. I'm thinking that it's been out since like the mid to late 90s for sure. It's been pushing 30 years where this thing has been out. And guys, this thing is still as good of a fish catcher now as it was 30 years ago. This thing, I can't even tell you how many bass that I've caught on a Zoom Brush Hog over the years with a lot of different people out there, a lot of different people, same way as me on it. So what I want to do is I sort of want to go over the different ways that you can fish this thing beyond just the obvious Texas rig. Now, the obvious Texas rig is the most popular way to fish it, and it's good for a wide range of scenarios out there. Most of the time when I'm Texas rigging the Brush Hog here, and first of all, guys, there's several sizes. This is actually the mid-size. They make the regular Brush Hog, which is bigger than this. They make the mid-size here, and then they make two other smaller versions that are even tinier than this. They got a baby Brush Hog and a tiny Brush Hog. So there's 4 different sizes that you can use for different applications. But the Texas rig in it is how most people fish it. Just anywhere between a 3/16 to heavier sinker, depending upon the cover that you're fishing. It's one of the best pitching and flipping baits you're ever going to find. I don't care if you're pitching and flipping grass or boat docks or flooded cover or laydowns. It's the original creature bait. The curly tail legs on it have a lot of action. Bass just love the profile of this thing for whatever, and they really bite it. So pitching and flipping has been the main application to it. Another way that's really good to fish a Brush Hog, guys, is on a Carolina rig. I've caught 2 bass pushing 9 pounds myself on a Carolina rig Brush Hog. That's one of the staples. A lot of people initially with the Carolina rig, they started throwing like the French fries and the centipedes or the lizards. And once the Brush Hog came out, a lot of people started, Carolina rigging the Brush Hog. Again, all different sizes out there. But probably my favorite way to fish it, which doesn't get as much traction or notoriety, is on a football head jig as a trailer. Now, what I usually do with that is I'll usually just pinch off a little bit of the head there, just use it as a trailer on a football head jig. It's got the nice curly tails for action on it. It's got the side paddles that gives a little bit of bulk. Catches a lot of fish on a football head jig. And also, guys, another thing you can do with it is I did a video last week on this. You can pinch off the curly tails on it and make it like a smaller creature bait, like a downsized creature bait when the fish are a little bit more finicky. So lots of different ways that you can fish the thing. Now, as far as the sizes goes, like I said, you got the regular size, you got the mid-size, the baby Brush Hog, and the tiny Brush Hog. A lot of it just depends on the size of fish that you're after as far as the lake that you're fishing, because in general, if you have a lake that has a lot of big fish in it, like if you guys fish down south or places that have a larger population of 4-pound bass in it, the big Brush Hog is going to be your best bet. The mid-sized Brush Hog that just came out here, this is fairly new, but this is going to be a lot more versatile for a lot of different applications. But the 2 that I have used the most are the baby Brush Hog and the full-size Brush Hog. Now, the baby Brush Hog, guys, is a really good pitching and flipping bait, especially when you use it with a little bit lighter sinker. Most of the time with that baby Brush Hog, I'll put it on like a 3/16 or a 1/4 ounce sinker. It's a limit getter, man. It'll catch you a good fish and it gets lots of bites out there. And if you put that little bit lighter sinker on it, like the 3/16 or the 1/4, it's got a nice slow fall. You can really see those tails wiggling really good. And I love it for pitching and flipping around what I call isolated targets. So if you're going down a bank and you've got maybe some overhanging trees, or you got a lay down tree that's in the water, or like a stump that's in the water, something like that, a baby brush hog is really good around those isolated targets in those situations. The full-size brush hog, guys, for me, that's more of a thicker pitching and flipping bait. You know, I've probably done the best on it in flooded willow trees, flooded bushes, when the waters are high in a lake. That's when I've had my best success at it. But also I've caught a lot of fish on flipping grass with it. Flipping that full-size brush hog is a really good bait if you guys fish down south where you have vegetation. All the Florida lakes down there, guys, the Texas lakes, the TVA lakes with milfoil or hydrilla, you can take that brush hog and put it like on a 1/2 ounce sinker, and you get a lot of bites on it flipping it in the grass. So anyway, guys, if you are looking for a bait that does a little bit of everything, you know, try some Zoom brush hogs. I'll put the link in the description to my Tackle Warehouse link if you want to pick up a couple bags. It's going to be around, man. It has withstood the test of time as good as any bait that I've ever seen out there. And finally, guys, the colors. The colors are pretty simple. My favorite colors are either the green pumpkin. I usually dye the tail chartreuse, the watermelon candy. I love the watermelon candy color, and then the June bug color for a little bit dirtier water. Those are the 3 colors I use most all the time on it. So hope it helps you get some bites. I'll talk later, guys. See you.